Hello boys and girls, I hope you are doing well today. This is lesson 1, class 10, 2023. Now today we'll be looking at the summary of the real number system. That is the summary of the real number system. This is what we'll be looking at today. So the first one, there is the natural numbers. Natural numbers, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So starting from 1 up to 5 and so on. So these ones are known as natural numbers. And then secondly, we have whole numbers. Then whole numbers, here's a symbol for whole numbers. Then starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. And then the third one, we have integers. So here's a symbol for integer, and then integers are starting from -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. And then the number 4, we have rational numbers. So here's a symbol for rational numbers. So rational numbers, we talk about a over b, that is a fraction, and then a is an element of integers and b is an element of integers, and b is not equal to 0. So that integer is the same as this one. So this one is the same as this one. So that is an integer. And then now let's go into details on the rational numbers. So rational numbers, here's a symbol for rational numbers. And then number 1, symbol 2, that is, we talk about the proper fractions. Number 3, improper fractions. And then number 4, terminating decimals. And number 5, recurring decimals. So we're going to discuss more of those in the examples. Okay, so number 5, the last one, that is the irrational numbers. When you talk about irrational numbers, it's whereby we talk about the non-terminating and the non-recurring decimals. Then number 2 is square roots. Then the square roots that I am talking about is whereby the square root that does not have the perfect squares, that is the square root not a perfect squares, e.g. we have a square root of 2. When you talk about a number that is not a perfect square, it's whereby the number, when you put the square root on it, so it will not give you a whole number. Instead, it's going to give you a decimal number, a number with commas. Yeah, so we consider that number as not a perfect squares. And the second one, it is root 3 and root 7. So when you press this number in your calculator, so it will not give you the whole number, but it will give you a number like 1,32 and so on. So it is known as a not perfect square. And then now let's look at the third one, that is a cube roots. When you talk about the cube roots, not a perfect squares, e.g. that is the cube root of 2. So it is not a perfect square. Why? Because it's gonna give you a number with the decimals. So remember, perfect square should give you a whole number. Okay, and then the second one as well as the third one. These are the examples of not a perfect squares, as well as this one. And the last one, whereby we talk about pi. So pi is also under irrational numbers, pi. So just quickly, now let's look at the that is the few examples.